Welcome to Storytime with Miss Jill.
This story is rated G, which is appropriate for all ages.
Today I want you to imagine that you have your own home, maybe you already do, and you've been working very hard to pay it off and fix things when they break. You have a nice big backyard with a garden that can feed your family and apple trees, other fruit trees, nut trees. You have a nice clean river behind your property that leads to a lake. There's a lot of fish you can catch. You can eat fresh fish as often as you want. You're living in harmony with your surroundings. The birds are chirping, the bunnies are nibbling on your garden, which doesn't matter because you have so much food that you've grown that you can help feed others. And then there's also like deer that come on your property in case you want to have deer for dinner every now and then. You're off grid, you have your own little eco village, and you decide to build a tiny cabin that you can use to rent out as Airbnb. And you finish working so hard to build your little tiny Airbnb cabin, and you have your first customer coming. And it seems like a really nice family. So you tell them about all the things that you've done and you show them around your property and tell them they can help themselves to some fresh fruits and vegetables, go fishing, do whatever they want to enjoy themselves. And they're very thankful for that, and they actually do that while they're there, and then they leave. And then you have another customer coming. This customer read the review and thought, oh, that would be a really nice place to visit. So they show up and they're a little bit different, not quite as friendly, and they stay there for the week and they help themselves to the garden and the fish. Then, without your authorization, they decide, hey, I want to live here. I like it here. This place has everything I need. And they end up staying, even though they were supposed to leave after a week. It's now 2 weeks later, and they actually invite some more of their friends over. So now they need more room, so they start moving into your house. And they start eating all your food, and they're not working. They're just taking advantage of what you already worked so hard for. They're not noticing all the hard work you did to put in that garden and get it to grow and to make your land full of trees. They don't even take care of any of that stuff. They just keep eating the food and not planting anything else, not watering it, not pulling weeds. So you've been trying to do what you can to just hope it's over soon, and they keep staying, and then they get sick, and then they get your family sick, and more than half of your family dies, and now you're there just with a few other people in your family and 50 people living on your land. They invite even more people over, and then your whole house is taken over, and now they want you to do all the work. They want you to do all the gardening, all the cooking, all the cleaning, while they just have fun on your property. You're like, hell no, and you don't want to kill people, so you and the few people left in your family decide to run away and try to start a whole new life over. But you find an area that needs a lot of work, and you have to kind of start all over, but you're not sure if you really want to because you're afraid that those people might find you there, so you're not sure where to go. And then they stole some people from another area to do all the work for them. And then those people tell you have to live in a little corner of some land that doesn't have the fresh running water, fruit trees, and you'd have to start all over. And they say that area is for you, and this area is for us. And then their population increases because more people keep coming, and pretty soon the whole land, including your land and surrounding areas, are totally polluted. I mean, like the air and the water and everything, and like the animals are dying, and floods are happening, and mudslides, and the land is just dry and no nutrients in it. And then nobody knows where their food's coming from. Everybody's starting to get cancer and diseases. And then they say, okay, we're gonna call this day Independence Day. The people that stole your land. And that is why I don't celebrate Independence Day. No, feel free to celebrate it if you want. I know it's a family tradition for some people, but think about the land that we're on. Think about taking care of it. Think about listening to indigenous voices, black voices, people of color's voices. Think about how we can make this a better place for all of us. I left a lot out because that was rated G, but I think a lot of you already know the rest.